Peace be with you, my dear brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ. Today we are in the 27th Sunday in Ordinary Time. Today's Gospel is taken from the Gospel of Matthew chapter 21 verses 33 to 43. Today's Gospel speaks about the parable of the tenants. Its meaning is very clear. The vineyard is the nation of Israel, and its owner is God. The cultivators are the religious leaders of Israel, who as it were had charge for God of the welfare of the nation. The messengers who were sent successively are the prophets sent by God and so often rejected and killed. The son who came last is none other than Jesus himself. Here in a vivid story Jesus set out at one and the same time the history and the doom of Israel. This parable has much to tell us in three directions. In first place, it has much to tell us about God. Number 1. It tells of God's trust in men. The owner of the vineyard entrusted it to the cultivators. He did not even stand over them to exercise a police-like supervision. He went away and left them with their task. God pays men the compliment of entrusting them with His work. Every task we receive is a task given us to do by God. Number 2. It tells of God's patience. The master sent messenger after messenger. He did not come with sudden vengeance when one messenger had been abused and ill-treated. He gave the cultivators chance after chance to respond to His appeal. God bears with men in all their sinning and will not cast them off. Number 3. It tells of God's judgment. In the end, the master of the vineyard took the vineyard from the cultivators and gave it to others. God's sternest judgment is when He takes out of our hands the task which He meant us to do. A man has sunk to his lowest level when he has become useless to God. In the second place, it has much to tell us about men. Number 1. It tells of human privilege. The vineyard was equipped with everything: the hedge, the wine press, the tower, which would make the task of the cultivators easy and enable them to discharge it well. God does not only give us a task to do, He also gives us the means whereby to do it. Number 2. It tells of human freedom. The master left the cultivators to do the task as they liked. God is no tyrannical taskmaster. He is like a wise commander who allocates a task and then trusts a man to do it. Number 3. It tells of human answerability. To all men comes a day of reckoning. We are answerable for the way in which we have carried out the task God has given us to do. Number 4. It tells of the deliberateness of human sin. The cultivators carry out a deliberate policy of rebellion and disobedience towards the master. Sin is deliberate opposite to God. It is the taking of our own way when we know quite well what the way of God is. In the third place, it has much to tell us about Jesus. Firstly, it tells of the claim of Jesus. It shows us quite clearly Jesus lifting Himself out of the succession of the prophets. Those who come before Him were the messengers of God. No one could deny them that honor, but they were servants. He was the Son. This parable contains one of the clearest claims Jesus ever made to be unique, to be different from even the greatest of those who went before. Secondly, it tells of the sacrifice of Jesus. It makes it clear that Jesus knew what lay ahead. In the parable, the hands of wicked men killed the Son. Jesus was never in any doubt of what lay ahead. He did not die because He was compelled to die. He went willingly and open-eyed to death. What can we take for our life from today's readings? Number 1. God trusts you and me, humans with tasks and responsibilities. This reminds us to take our roles seriously, recognizing that the work we do can be a reflection of our faith and dedication to God. Number 2. God allows humans the freedom to carry out their tasks in their own way. This emphasizes our responsibility to make wise choices and decisions while fulfilling our duties. Number 3. The deliberate rebellion of the cultivators illustrates the reality of human sin. It encourages self-reflection and a conscious effort to choose God's way over our own desires and sinful tendencies. May God bless you and your family. Have a blessed Sunday.